Hotel Artemis. So Hotel Artemis centers around this hotel. It's mainly run by Jodie Foster's character, known as the nurse, and Dave Bautista, who plays sort of a bodyguard to this hotel. They are a member-only hotel that accept criminals. And in the not-so-distant future of Los Angeles, water is on short supply, causing citizens to have a riot. This riot is getting dangerous and more closer to the Artemis. Trapped inside are some of the worst criminals you can find to date. Assassins, armed dealers, bank robbers. Tension is obviously heating up, and what will these criminals do when they're pushed to the breaking point? And that's all pretty much said without giving any spoilers to you guys. This is a spoiler-free review. I'm just going to tell you what I liked about the film, what it didn't like, hit you with a rating system just like this one, breaking down the elements of the film and giving you a final ranking. Okay, so for straight off the bat, Hotel Artemis, I did catch the trailer a few months ago. The only thing that was bothering me about it is that it was marketing itself as an original movie. This isn't a sequel, not a reboot, all original, brand new story. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, honestly, this Hotel Artemis sounds kind of like a ripoff of the Continental from John Wick. And in watching the film, it kind of is. And hey, ripping off other movies is not a bad thing. You can create some great works of art. Hell, we're about to get a Die Hard ripoff on steroids with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and that looks pretty interesting to me. So I have no problem with the film taking on a concept that we've seen in the past before. I just have a problem with the marketing saying that it's an original movie never done before, when it clearly has just a few years ago. But that aside, let me go into some of the positives of the film. The main thing that this film has going for it is the cast. You have an exceptional cast of characters in this movie. Jeff Goldblum, Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista, and so many more. I'm going to talk about the standouts in the film. Top 3 standouts in the film had to be Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista, and Sterling K. Brown. Now, Jodie Foster is the one who gets the most amount of screen time. She is known as the nurse, takes care of the medical side of things when criminals are injured and in need of repairs. But she's also very dedicated and passionate to the rules of the Hotel Artemis. She's a great character to follow. I sympathize with her. I liked her sense of humor. I liked her stubbornness. Dave Bautista, very hilarious in this film. Also a very different type of humor than he is in the Guardian of the Galaxy movies as Drax. But at the same time, he's also a little sensitive about his weight. And of course, Sterling K. Brown. Now, this actor has been up and coming for the longest time. I've seen him in other projects, and in this film, he's the best actor on the screen. Every line of dialogue, every sense he gives, his presence on the screen is what kind of really carries the movie when it gets to its slow parts. The film is also pretty fast-paced. It's not perfectly paced, but things do pick up rather fast. As soon as the movie starts, you're right into the action. It doesn't take time to build up, to set up. It's just, these criminals need a place to go. They know a place. Here it is. And lastly, while the action scenes are far and few in between, when they are done and shown on screen, great hand-to-hand combat, a lot of fun to watch, gruesome, bones cracking, blood spewing. And that's honestly where the positives kind of end for the Hotel Artemis, because honestly, it's a pretty messy film. Now, Hotel Artemis is set up a lot like Hateful Eight. You got these group of individuals that are dangerous, criminals, psychopaths, all put into one small space, and we'll just see what cooks up. But it also has a very fatal flaw in that every random stranger in here is somehow interconnected, weaved. There's a thread connecting this person to this person, and that person goes here. So in that sense, it's very convoluted, it's messy, and like I mentioned earlier, since the action scenes are far and few in between, you are given a whole lot of exposition, backstories, sub-stories to follow. When at the end of the film, there's really only about 2 or 3 stories that you actually care about when the film tried giving you 6. Charlie Day is also sadly wasted in this film. Charlie Day, I think, is hilarious. I love the actor, but he's not picking the best roles, and he comes off as this spoiled, rotten arms dealer. So I can honestly say I'm a little disappointed with Hotel Artemis. It's not a horrible film. It is actually very entertaining to watch. The mythos surrounding the hotel is interesting. They just run through a lot of things. The hotel can do this. It's capable of doing that. It also has this integrated. You need this membership. This is how it works. It just kind of flies by, and you're not really taking the time to appreciate what the mythos is bringing to the table. I believe that this film came out in the 80s. It would be an instant classic. It would be something that would have already been rebooted today or sequelized. But in today's day and age, it honestly feels like something that should have gone straight to Netflix that you would watch on a Saturday night, have fun, turn it off, and then never think about it again. Alright, so for Hotel Artemis, I'm going to give action 2.5 stars. Like I said, the action is actually well done in the film. There's just so little of it. Comedy in the film, I'm going to give 2 stars. That mainly goes to Dave Bautista and Jodie Foster's character. Drama in the film, I'm going to give 2 stars. Like I said, they interconnect things, threads here and there, but in the end, it's a jumbled mess that you don't care all that much about. Horror in the film, I'm just gonna give half a star, and that's just for breaking bones and blood. Suspense in the film, I'm gonna give 2.5 stars. Since there wasn't a lot of action, it overcompensated with having moments of suspense, which played out pretty well in the film's favor. Casual fans, I'm gonna give it a B+. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a B-. And critically, I'm going to give it a C-. In the end, for Hotel Artemis, I believe this is something best watched when you rent it. But anyways, guys, that's just my opinion on Hotel Artemis. Are you looking forward to this film? Have you already seen it? Let me know your thoughts down below. I didn't hate this film. I enjoyed it. I just don't think it lived up to its potential. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.